As y'all can see what the title says, do not believe the lies about your kingdom spouse. This message come from a dream that I had about a week ago. In this dream, my children and I were living in another country. And I remember the dream skipped to me walking behind one of my daughter's boyfriend friends. We were in like a schoolyard, and you can tell that the guy knew that I was her mother, and whatever he was about to say, he wanted me to hear it and also relay it back to my daughter. So as I'm walking behind him, but more so on the side of him, he's saying a whole bunch of nonsense about my daughter's boyfriend. And he kept looking at me, but I wouldn't look at him, but I can see on the side of my eye that he kept looking back at me. And then my dream skips again, and we are like at a village, and I'm looking through this glass, but in the glass, I'm not looking at the stuff on the other side of the glass. I'm actually looking in the reflection, watching my daughter's boyfriend, just to kind of see who and what he was about. And as I'm watching him, I'm seeing him playing with the children, the animals. It's just such a gentle presence about him. But I continue to watch him because I'm not sure if he's being this way because he see that I might be watching him, or he might know that I'm watching him, and I'm not sure at the moment. But then at some point my daughter walks up. And when she walks up, he come and take her by the hand and walk her away. But the way he did it and the feeling that came over me was such a sense of peace. And I remember still looking in the reflection of the glass and just smiling really hard because I felt like I had nothing to worry about. And he really did love my daughter a lot. And that's where the dream ended. And when I woke up, y'all, I was still smiling so hard, and it was just a great sense of peace over me, and I went back to sleep. Later on, I thought about the dream again, but it also reminded me of a prayer that I always pray over my kids ever since they were little. I won't say the prayer on here because it's between me and God, but I will say that I always pray that no matter if I'm around, family members are around, that my children are in the presence of good people that bring them closer to God and love them correctly, because we've been through a lot. Later on, I thought about the dream again, but I felt like God was saying the dream wasn't just for your daughter, but it was also for other people, especially for kingdom spouses. For those that are promised a kingdom spouse, y'all have to know that there's going to be a lot of attacks against your union. Don't believe the things that people are going to say about your kingdom spouse. Take it to God. Because your relationship is not a community project, it's a godly union. Either you are in contact with your kingdom spouse or you know who they are and you are in separation. You need to be praying for them, not for them to be closer to you, but for them to be closer to the Lord. Because the closer they are to God and you guys are working on your relationship with God, with fasting, praying, staying in His Word, the better and the stronger your relationship will be when you guys come together. And it only will come together in God's timing to do the work. It is not a rush. It is not a race. Take your time and work on yourself. And when I say work on yourself, first and foremost, your relationship with God needs to be your number one priority. You also have to take care of your mind and your body. The way you think, the way you talk. If you know you curse a lot, cut it out. If you know you are eating certain foods that is making you heavy, lazy, sluggish, cut that out. Take care of yourself, exercise, and eat well. If you know your home is out of order, get that together. Throw away unnecessary things. You don't want any clutter around you. Another thing I want y'all to be very aware of, when you have a kingdom spouse and you have knowledge that you have one, that the counterfeits are going to come first. They're going to come matching you. I won't say to a T because it's going to be something missing out of the recipe. It's not going to taste exactly the way it's supposed to taste. So spit it out and ask God to show you. And when I tell y'all, He will show you the next day, because He's not going to play with these relationships. He will show you the next day. You won't have to go far into it. So if something don't seem right, pray, God, please show me, by having a keyword or a password with God. And when I say keyword or password with God, something like this: God, if this is not the right one, show me a pink car tomorrow that's going to zoom past me. You don't see many pink cars. or God, if this is not the right one, please have them say these exact words. And I promise you, they will say those exact words next day. No lie. This happened too many times because God's be coming. And I say, God, show me. He will show me the exact next day. He don't play about these kingdom relationships because he knows the devil and the enemy is very, very busy. So he's going to be busy too to make sure that we are not falling into traps. Definitely if we identify it right away. He wants us to be able to see these things though. That's why you have to be in a relationship with God constantly, because you got to have the discernment to know the difference and not be desperate for someone. I've never been the type to be desperate for a relationship, because it's not worth it to just to be with someone, just to say I have someone, and you got to always constantly work on something with them, and it be major things. And no, no relationship is going to be perfect, but the relationships that God is putting together for these kingdom marriages are going to be very, very different. It won't be those major things you'll have to work on. You might have to say, hey, put your clothes in a laundry basket or something, some small stuff, but not the major stuff. If it's major stuff, that's not it. Let it go. Y'all, I'm getting all off track, but yet on track with everything that's going to come up in your relationship with your kingdom spouse. Take it to God, because some people going to be trying to like drop little nuggets in your ear. You take that to God. If God's been showing you time and time again, that's your person. You take them to the Lord. Don't let nobody be in your ear, because why would somebody be trying to be in your ear about some small stuff? And it's going to be small stuff. Don't let them do it. Don't let them fool you. They are being used. Also, let those people go, because if they're coming against a kingdom spouse assignment, they are not for you anyway. And I let go any and everybody that's coming against anything that God has me to do for him. I let them go. When I fast and certain things start going out of whack in my life, every time that person has to go, because they are not supposed to go where I'm going, and God don't want them to. That's why he allowed them to act a fool in those times. Let them go. Make God your focus every day, and you will be able to focus more every day. Things will become more and more clear to you the more that you put God first, the more that you are in the present with him, the more that you take out time just for him. You'll start seeing your life shift in a major way. What's for you, no man can take away from you. But if God keep pulling someone away from you time and time again, that person is not from the Lord. And you have to use your discernment to see what I'm talking about. If it's on those core values, those things that's not of God, that God is keep pulling you away from this person, but that yet they keep coming back, understand, as a chosen one, you have a certain kind of light on you that people are extremely attracted to, because they will never ever experience something like you again. You are like a one in a lifetime kind of person. You are like a shooting star. You hardly see those. Or a four-leaf clover. It's hard to find them. Because please understand, all those X's that keep popping up, that is their assignment. The devil know you are getting closer and closer to your kingdom spouse and trying to stop that union. Don't allow it to happen, because it's taking longer than you expect. Maybe there's something else that you need to do that you don't know you need to do. Ask God, God, what is it that I'm not doing or I'm not seeing that I need to change? And he will show you. And he will show you very, very clearly. Okay, y'all, that's all I have for y'all today. Thank y'all so much for listening. Thank y'all for your support. And I will be back with another one. Until next time, I love y'all.